How's it going, guys? Test Fails here, helping invite your test today. Other to me playing Puzzle and Dragons Super Mario Bros. Edition. I'm gonna go straight to World 5. This is a 4-color course by the looks of it. Yeah, it's a 4-color course. Without any dark, which is actually kind of good for us. I don't know what enemies are gonna be in here. I mean, I guess, honestly, I'll stick with this team. Actually, no, I do want to level you up a bit, because that also does give us a little bit of extra light. Although there are Buzzy Beetles, so we gotta be a little careful. Ooh, actually, who do I go with? Maybe I could go back with Ice Luigi, and I think that makes more sense here, because I actually have more water team members. Actually, a lot more water team members than I did last time. Okay. This level doesn't really seem like it's gonna be that hard. I'm glad that a good chunk of the bios are done now for this world. I say a good chunk, because we will be getting to more later. I also should have maybe gotten rid of Boomerang Mario, because that might be a bit overkill. But, oh well. Oh, okay, so we can go in the pipe, or, well, we can't really go in the pipe, actually. We don't have any fire. Or, we don't have enough fire, rather. Okay. I feel bad, because, like, a lot of this series is just gonna me be thinking a lot, and not actually me commentating, which is kind of unfortunate, but part of the reason why I wanted to have the, have all, like, the bios for all the enemies and allies is so that I would actually have things to talk about. I mean, then again, there are a whole bunch of, like, things, in my mind that I want to get over. Like, honestly, my first playthrough of the game was a really interesting experience, I'll admit. Like, I don't know, there's a lot of different things I can remember. Like, I mean, admittedly, I wasn't really good at the game. Also, yes, we got a Buzzy Beetle. But, like, at the time, when I first played, like, at the time, I wasn't really good at the game, and for that reason, World 3 was, like, really hard for me. Like, I just could not get past the first level for, like, the longest time. Which is kind of unfortunate, but, I mean, like, now I can easily do it. Are we gonna, no, okay, no 10 plus combo. Although I don't know, that wouldn't really help us out. We don't really need fire flowers at the moment. We're leveling up our allies, though, and that's good. And boom. Might as well be a pretty good combo right there. Yep. Well, that's a 10 plus combo, so we're guaranteed to get a fire flower now. Oh wait, no, never mind. That was a 9. I thought that was a 10. We're not guaranteed anything. I mean, not like the Koopa was gonna drop anything at a 10 plus combo. We're just dealing with Buzzies. No, we do have the one Hammer Bro to deal with. Will be our maximum bonus right there of a 4.5 times multiplier. Again, having Boomerang Mario this early in the game is so strange. I mean, also I'll admit that I didn't even have the update when I first played this game, because well, okay, this 3DS actually has parental controls on, because this was, like, my second ever console I owned. So, that's kind of one of the reasons why it has parental controls on. And we forgot the password to it forever ago, so I couldn't have updated I couldn't have connected to the internet so I can, update. And that goes for, like, a bunch of games, like Mario Kart 7 or something, which I've actually been playing a lot of recently, just because, you know, Mario Kart World and Mario Kart 8 actually have a lot of levels set. Or a lot of courses from 7. Anyways, fire, wood, and dark. Okay, well, we don't need light. Or water, actually. So we can kind of get rid of, like, a bunch of our team members right now. There we go. I kinda... We'll go like that, I guess. And then... I guess we can go with Rock Luigi then. That'll give us some wood and dark. I probably should actually... Hold on, I should change more... I should actually change my leader. Because I didn't think about it, but I don't really want Boomerang Mario. Also, why do I have the Cheep Cheep? That was... I shouldn't have this Cheep Cheep. We can go with you. That'll work. There we go, now we have plenty of fire. Not a lot of wood though, so maybe... I'm thinking maybe a little too hard about this, but I think it's fine. Yeah, we'll go like that. That works. And we can match up the wood with the dark as well. Like that. There you go. It's not a lot of dark, but that's because their Buzzy Beetle's pretty low leveled. Hopefully we can get some Boo Mushrooms. Or even... Actually, I think we have enough P-Wings to transform it. Also, wow, we already have like a volcano-themed level? Okay. I didn't actually check the item, like the question mark block items, if there were any in this. Okay, well this one is just clear 8 orbs. Or 8 wood orbs, rather. Okay, let's see. There should, yeah. Thank you for getting, oh, okay. This is kind of overkill, game. Okay. If only this 10 plus combo could actually be worth or anything. Also, that should have been expected. Ooh, Star Coin, that's pretty good. That's pretty good to go, though. But yeah, no, if only that 10 plus combo was actually for something relevant rather than this. I mean, I know this will be kind of overkill, to be honest. Aww. I mean, okay, again, I don't think they have anything for their 10 plus combo, if I remember. I can pull it up myself. Like, I had to research this information myself. I might as well use it to my knowledge. Yeah, no, they don't have a 10 plus combo item. Okay. Oh! So, this is a little interesting. You might think that there's only 2 paths. There's actually a secret 3rd path that the game doesn't really tell you about. And it's kind of obvious to tell that there is one. There's only 3 orbs, so what happens if we match up Dark? We take the secret Vine route. Because that sometimes happens, there will be like a 3rd pathway. And this one okay, this one has custom music. Not custom, but you know, not original. Just music that's unique to this game, how about that? But anyways, we do have to... Well, that's not even true, it's just a remix, but like... I mean, they did that with the world map theme, so... You know, that's fine. No, I was trying to save the Super Wood Orb. Alright, coins. Not bad. Prefer the star coins and stuff, though. I wonder if I should actually grab this soundtrack, or like this specific music, to like put in the background for like certain videos. Oh, a 1-up! We haven't actually gotten one of those, but we do have a life counter, in the top right. And that's, like, obviously we have a health bar as well, but when we lose all our health, we lose a life, or you could just straight up get a game over. Like, you don't have to use a continue, that's what they're called. Like, they're essentially continues, they let you carry on with the course, but, you can also choose to not do that, and that's just a straight up game over. That's part of the reason why World 3, like, the first level of World 3 was hard, because I didn't really have any continues back then. But now, like, okay, well, first of all, I'm no longer, like, terrible at this game. I can actually match up combos very well. But also, I have, like, a bunch of great leaders right now, so I think we're fine. Also, we're getting a bunch of Buzzy Beetles. That's good, though. There's a lot of different ones. There are a lot of different allies we can obtain. Oh, we could have gotten green star coins? I don't know, actually. Actually, yeah, let me double check. Do we have enough for Parabeetle? I wanna check this out. No, we're 1 P-Wing short. That's kind of annoying, actually. Anything else I can transform? Like, do I have Goomba coins? No, I only have one. I could start using my transform, or I'm sorry, the power-up machine yet, but don't really have a reason to right now, because we're doing pretty fine right now. This is... Okay, this is our normal course, so we can go back to this team then. And we want to edit things. I want you on the team. You have higher base stats, so it's better to have you. I probably should though actually get rid of the cheap for a Buzzy Beetle, just so we have some dark on the team. And then we can have Rock Luigi as there be dark. There we go. That way we have a little bit of dark. Not that much, but a little bit of it. Alright, oh hello. This is a duo you'll be seeing a lot of later in the game. These duo of enemies, rather. Can we take out either of them? Okay, we can. Oh, we can take out both of them. I gotta remember, I'm not in the post game where like everything is like not gonna die in one turn likely. Here, like I can expect for things to actually die in one turn. That is if we can get a good... Okay, there we go, we're fine now. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, match a combo of 7. That's not that hard. Look, right there, we got a combo of 6. Boom, alright. Super Mushroom, that's actually really good, though. I'll be wanting a lot of those, because you actually need them for a bunch of, a lot of the early game, allies. Example, a big Paragoomba, heavy Parabeetle, a big green Paratroopa, and then big yellow Paratroopa as well. And they all cost like 6 Super Mushrooms each or something, so like you need a bunch of them. Not even to mention like the coin coffers also require Super Mushrooms to transform. Although they're not nearly as worth transforming, I'd say. Well, we're leveling up our 2 newer members here. Ooh, okay, that's not that hard. Boom, we're done. Coins. Not as impressive as a reward. Something I actually didn't even notice until editing the previous video. When I turn on the 3D slider, it actually like shifts the screen a little. Which like doesn't really mean anything, I just find it really funny. Because, well, like, you guys can't see the 3D. Like, that's not a thing I can just capture. Alright, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna blind attack? Oh, you are gonna blind attack. Boom. This is the blind status. It's not that bad, because this is what I can actually show this off. What I mean by you can counter the skill pretty easily. Or, I mean, blind the status. Look. If I touch on this blind orb, it actually tells me what that orb is. So I can, like, kind of plan around that if I really want to. But it's not really the hugest thing that you need to be managing that badly. Because it is pretty easy to just kind of not have to worry about it. You can easily just clear it by moving an orb into it as well. It may slow down your ability to make combos, but it shouldn't be making it by that much. Like, okay, let's see, there's not a dark orb there. That was not what I was trying to do at all. I was trying to move the dark orb, and I just, like, completely failed. Light change. Alright, well, there goes my dark orbs. Okay. Alright, this should be enough. They didn't even heal me all the way, I just realized, what the heck? Okay. Here we go! It's oh wait, what are you starting with? Oh wait, status barrier, duh. Okay, I should have known that. But I guess you kind of got spoiled a little on what we're... on what Lemmy's enemy skills is. But we should probably actually talk about Lemmy, though. Lemmy! The love-hate relationship with Lemmy, to be honest, but that's for a very specific reason. It's called Score Attack. But anyways, it's a dark type with the 5 stars of HP, 5 stars of attack, and 4 stars of recovery. We have his skill being Lemmy's Nightmare, which changes wood orbs into dark orbs, and then heart orbs into fire orbs. I mean, the skill itself isn't really the most useful, but I mean, I guess you can... changing heart into fire is a pretty nice combo right there. This Awoken skill is skill boost. I'm pretty sure all Koopalings actually have that Awoken skill. Assuming you don't transform them, mind you. Which, yes, like Larry, Lemmy has 2 different transformations that you can swap between 2, but if you do that, you cannot swap back to Lemmy, so keep that in mind. Now, item drops consist of coins randomly if you can drop them. They have a 10 plus combo of an Ice Flower if you manage to do that somehow. It is possible, just a little tricky. Now for enemy skills. You already saw one of them, which was Status Barrier, which it makes them completely immune to statuses, so don't try to inflict them with defense down or something like that. They also have Blind Attack, same thing with the Dry Bones have, which is pretty self-explanatory. That attacks you and blinds, and that attacks and, you know, blinds some of your orbs. Frenzied Blows, and then there's also Lemmy's Nightmare, which I believe just changes light orbs into dark orbs. But we also have his transformations that we need to talk about right now, being Lemmy and Red Paratroopa, Myurkus. We have more of these enemies. Is a Dark and Fire type, which base stats wise doesn't really change all that much. But and its skill doesn't even change either. But its Awoken skill is Twin Target due to the fact that it's now Dark and Fire, which is nice, but it's not the most useful thing. I'd say the more so the benefit you get here is the fact that you're Dark and Fire rather than just pure Dark. But his other transformation is Dark Dark, being Lemmy and Buzzy Beetles, being 5 stars of HP, 5 stars and 4 stars of recovery. Still the same with now the Awoken skill being Dark Boost. Again, it's nice to just have a strong ally that's actually fully transformed and has the Awoken skill Dark Boost, since mostly Dark Boost is on, like, non-fully transformed allies. It was nice to have one, but you're probably better off going for Lemmy and Paratroopas, primarily because, again, of the Dark and Fire type. Alright, here we go! Next, I don't actually need to target you, I don't know why I'm doing that. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. We normally... my ore field is kind of whatever right now. Oh, come on. It was like this close to matching up the wood. Let's see. What else do you have? Blind Attack. Alright. It's gonna be a little annoying, but it's fine. Okay. That should be enough to kill, right? We are kind of a little high level for this, yeah. Oh, and look, there's all my skills. And there we go. That's 2-Dash Castle complete. And there comes a Buzzy Beetle. But of course, we're not fully done until we actually take down the airship. There we go. And actually, 2-Dash Airship is actually a pretty good grinding spot, because you actually get access to quite a few good items. Hope you're making the most out of your helpers. Did you know that you can even get more helpers with Street Pass? To activate Street Pass selected, yeah. I don't actually know how this feature works, because I don't even know how many people actually have this game. Like, I don't really know too many. I'm trying to think, like... I mean, I guess, Andres has the demo, but it's not quite the same thing. Sorry about that, I was trying to do other stuff. But the main reason why I say 2-Dash Airships is a pretty good riding spot. The only items that you can get here are Super Mushrooms and Green Star Coins. Both really good items, that you'll be wanting a lot of. So, that's why I'm saying this is a good grinding spot. And I guess I might as well just stick with this team. Like, this team works pretty well. I think there's gonna be a few more Dark team members, but we have a lot of Light already. I think we're fine. Just stick like this then. That's still a good chunk of Dark. Like, the only element that's the lowest is Light, despite having 3 Light team members, but that's just because their attack stats are low, and they're all the sub-typings, which are the weaker types. Alright. Now we have the Paratroopas to deal with. That's probably good enough right there. Nice level up there. Alright. Oh, hello. We have, a good amount of wood for that. Or water, even. Not wood. Aw, come on. 10 coins. That's like the lame reward. Oh, hello. That's a new enemy right there, and it's gonna first strike us already. It's Bullet Bill, who's a dark type with 1 star of HP, 3 stars of attack, and 1 star of recovery. Take note of that recovery being at 1 star, by the way. I'll get into that a little later, but right now its skill is a Guard Break, which halves the defense of all foes by 3 turns. This is interesting, though, because this is, like, one of the first skills that, like, actually puts a debuff on your enemies. Now, Sapling skill is Dark Boost. I mean, maybe worth the Dark Boost since it halves, but I'm pretty sure that Armor Boost and Shield Break, or Armor Boost, Armor Break and Shield Break are better, which are the transformation skills of Bonsai Bill and King Bill, but we're getting ahead of ourselves right now. Its item drops being a Dark Block, which just contains it. But the 10+ combo, it doesn't actually have one, which is kind of strange. The enemy skills, we already saw it just use the first strike, but it also have Guard Break as its other one, which increases attack but reduces defense, which is a little weird. But this also does apply to every team member on the field, not just Bullet Bill, so keep that in mind. Now, so its transformation line, it can just get into a bigger Bullet Bill essentially with one of them, but the other one can be having extra Goombas aside of it, which does make it a Wood and Dark type, which is a unique-ish type. A few team members get it, but not a lot. The locations, you first fight one obviously here in 2- Airship. 6-4 is a probably better location to get them though, because they're kind of plentiful there, and it's a 3-color course. And then we have Bonsai Bill, who's a dark and light type. And why did I say to keep track of the recovery? Well, it actually has 0 stars of recovery. Why? It went from 1 star recovery to 0 stars of recovery. I don't get it. It does get 1 star of HP and 6 stars of attack. Yeah, that's a second stage, like, ally right here, and it has 6 stars of attack. Which is kind of impressive. Now, its skill is Armor Break, which greatly lowers defense for 2 turns. Again, like, Bullet Bill has it for half. This is a lot lower than half, so that's why it's not really worth having Dark Boost. I mean, Dark Boost here could be a little better. It does have the Dark Block as its random item, and a 10+ combo of a green star coin, which is actually a pretty good item. Plus, it's literally the item you need to transfer to level up the skill of the Bullet Bill line, which is really nice. Now, its enemy skills being Armor Break, which is kind of just the same thing as Armor or Guard Break, even. And it still has First Strike, which is a little interesting. Now, as locations, 5- Airship is where you first fight this thing, but 6-7 is a little better. And then we have King Bill, a Dark and Fire type. A pretty great typing, since those are two, oftentimes, Dark and Fire are the 2 highest attacking stat allies, so it really means you really only need one of them most of the time. It does have 3 stars of HP, 5 stars of attack, and 1 star of recovery. Hey, it gets its recovery back, along with a little bit of HP, but not by that much, to be honest. Now, its skill is Shield Break, one of the better skills in the game, as it completely negates the defense of all foes. Yes, this means that you can literally do your full damage and not have to worry about defense. This becomes really helpful in a lot of the levels in the post game, but not so much here since it does take 13 turns to charge, normally, at the very least. Now, its weapon skill is Attack Boost. With it already having an insane attack stat, that attack boost is kind of unnecessary, but still really useful, because remember, it doesn't bring your entire team, not just this ally. Item drops, it still contains a Dark Block, but this one it would be the Bonsai Bill, and then a Grand Green Star Coin, which is a really good thing if you're able to get it. If you're able to get it, though. As remember, the recommended level for it is 8-11, but you only first fight it in 6-Airship. Funny how they're all found in airships when you first fight them. They do have their skill being Charge, which is kind of weird how it doesn't have Shield Break, it's just Charge, which is literally just charging up its next attack power, but not by that much. But remember, while it's only for that one turn, it can still do a lot of damage, keep that in mind. And it still has First Strike somehow. And now we have Bullet Bill and Goomba, who's a Wood and Dark type, being 2 stars of HP, 5 stars of attack, and 2 stars of recovery. Kind of interesting how just having a Goomba makes it have a little bit more HP and recovery, but sure. You know what? It's kind of a nice thing. Now skill is Rampage, which changes fire into wood orbs. Not the most impressive skill, but it's there. And you probably might not want fire orbs if you're bringing this team member along, but I don't know. A lot of the orb changing skills really come down to, is it really worth changing your orb into this orb's attacking set? Vulcan skill is actually twin target. Can be a little nice since it is wood and dark, but it depends on if you really want to keep it in this form. And its item drops, both its 10+ combo and its random item is just gonna give you a Goomba coin, which is kind of funny to think about. And its enemy skills, having Rampage, which kind of just raises its attack a little bit, and then Frenzied Blows, which is essentially just its attack but stronger. Now locations, 6-4 is when you first fight it, and coincidentally that's also the best level that you'd actually want to grind on it. Bullet Bill and Goombas, being a wood and dark type still, being with 4 stars of HP, 5 stars of attack, and 2 stars of recovery. You're essentially trading off that one attack stat into HP in terms of when you compare it to King Bill, which is nice. I guess you do get an extra recovery star, so that is kind of nice. Its skill is Reckless Rampage, which changes fire into wood and wood into dark orbs. Out of all the orb changing skills, this one is really interesting because it changes 2 orbs into this ally's like typings, which can be nice if these are the 2 typings that have the strongest attack stat. You gotta remember that orb changing skills can have a lot more value the more team members you have of that type that you're changing the orb into. Now, its Awoken skill is Blind Barrier. I already mentioned before that this is kind of one of the worst skills, or Awoken skills in the entire game, and it being on Bullet Bill and Goombas is like the strangest thing of all time. And it's kind of just like not that worth it. Now its item drops mean the wood block which would have the Bullet Bill and Goomba, and then combine that with the 10+ combo of a Grand Golden Mushroom, which is kind of interesting that it has that, but it's also really useful. Now its enemy skills, Reckless Rampage is kind of the same thing as Rampage, boosting attack, and then Frenzied Blows, which is just its basic attack, but stronger. And then locations, you can first fight it in 8-10, and that's also the level that's probably the best to grind for it, since it doesn't really appear in many other levels after this. Okay, now we can actually fight this thing. Which I don't know if this is really going to work out very well, but we can try. Okay. That worked out. Oh, hello! I was not expecting to encounter you! Well, we have another new enemy. Bob-omb, who is a light type with 1 star of HP, 2 stars of attack, and 1 star of recovery. Some really, really low base stats for some reason, and I mean, I guess it does transform, but like, really now? Really? Its skill is Bomb Attack, which just raises its attack of your light team members by 2 times for the 1 turn, but it raises your HP to 1, so it's essentially like the bloopers skills, except light team members instead of water team members, which I don't understand because this is only for light team members versus the bloopers, which kind of do it for all team members. It's kind of weird in that regard. And the Vulcan skill is Light Boost. I can kind of see some value keeping it in this form, but also not at the same time. Now, its item drops being the Bob-omb itself, but it can also have a superstar, assuming you defeat it with the 10+ combo. Now, its enemy skill is Bomb Attack, and I'm actually confident to say this, it doesn't actually have a basic attack. Its only attack it can use is Bomb Attack. And that's primarily because this is one of the few enemies where it has a high, turn cooldown. Like, it has a high, turn before it can attack, but it'll always use Bomb Attack as that's its strongest attack. It does a lot of damage. Now, locations. 2- Airship is when you can first fight it, which I was kind of surprised, but I guess that would be true. But you're probably better off going to 7-10 to actually grind on these guys. But it does transform into Bob-omb and Lakitu. It has a light and light type with 2 stars of HP, 5 stars of attack, and 2 stars of recovery. Kind of an insane jump in attack compared to its original, stats, but it's fine. Now, its skill is Lost and Found. I have no idea why it's called that, but it just is. It raises attack of your light team members by 2 times for 1 turn, but reduces you to 1 HP. Why is it, the exact same? I really have no idea, but it does get Twin Target as its Awoken skill. Although it's only for light team members, so it really does depend on how much you really want Twin Target on this ally. Now, item drops, it can kind of only drop Lakitu coins, which is a little strange to think about. Now here, enemy skills. You might notice something a little weird. Preparing for next attack. I don't know why, but for some reason, there seems to be a skill that either just doesn't exist, or there's there's something wrong with, like, Bob-omb and Lakitu's, like, coding to where, as an enemy, when their turn count reaches 0, sometimes it'll just say, preparing for next attack. I have no idea why, considering the fact that it has First Strike and Lost and Found, but I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyways, locations is 6-9, and that's also the best level to grind it on, because there aren't that many locations where you can actually fight this thing. Also, one last thing I've actually forgot to mention. Bob-ombs have an insane defense stat. You're likely gonna do only 1 damage per attack. In fact, actually, we can kind of show this off. Unless I actually get a high enough, like, combo multiplier, which is also likely as well. Yeah, look. We're only dealing 1 damage to it. So that's where a lot of these enemies, like... There is also another enemy that has this... basically that exact same property of being hard to defeat, because it has a high amount of defense, and it has a skill that'll basically one-shot you. Because of how much damage, like, Bomb Attack does, you know? But that's a separate thing. Alright, ooh, okay, I think we're getting a green star coin. That is if we can clear this, though. Let's see. I don't like how there's not that many fire orbs right now. Okay, there we go. Boom. Yep, there's a green star coin. That's really good. We want a lot of those. Alright. And... boom. At least we're able to defeat most of these enemies pretty quickly. Right, 2 Hammer Bros. Not the hardest for us to deal with right now. Nice, like, huge Heart Orb combo that we didn't really need, but... oh wow, okay, that wasn't even enough. I thought that was gonna be enough. This is complete overkill, but might as well. Practice my skill on actually moving orbs. 2 light blocks, and they're gonna have Hammer Bros, so we can actually start working on getting all the Hammer Bros, because I definitely want to do that. Because they're all pretty decent allies. They all have decent attack stats and stuff. Super Mushroom, that's good. We actually might be able to get, like, Heavy Parabeetle, like, very soon. We're back with fighting Lemmy again. You're still gonna... yep, you're still gonna use Status Barrier. Wow, we can't really match that many, like, orbs right now. Hold on. Like, that's as best as I can really do. Granted, this is probably enough, but, you know. Let's see. Blind Attack or Lemmy's Nightmare? Nope, Blind Attack. Okay. At least we don't take that much damage thanks to Rock Luigi's, helper skill, even. Because they're a helper right now. An 8 combo. We were actually decently close for a 10 combo. There we go. We did it. No speed bonus because I had to talk about 2 bios, but that's fine. We got some good items. Hammer Bro. That's gonna be these are gonna be some good additions to our team though. What the heck was that? I'm gonna assume that was a motorcycle, but that sounded so weird. Kinda sad that we didn't get any bullet bills, because that would have actually been really nice to get early. Same thing with Flame Chop, actually. Would have been nice if we got that. Good job, you've cleared this world. Now the next world is a desert. I bet it's going to be fiery. I love the world clear jingle, mainly because you don't really get to hear it that much. Like, yeah, it does get played, like, a very specific amount of times, but, like, in this, like, in the post-game, you get to, like, basically that's kind of, it's a nice treat that you actually clear this. Anyways, I don't want to spoil anything, I'm just gonna go back to World 2. I mean, I guess if we look back at World 2, we got our first introduction to Dark Team members, because the only Dark Team member we had back then was Purple Toad, but now we have access to them. We actually have access to 5 color courses now, which are just considered normal courses, which is good to keep track of. You have some very good grinding spots, being 2- airship with mushrooms, green star coins and coins, or just regular coins. And you also have a decent one over here, being 2-3, because you have P-Wing and green star coins. Well, you don't need that many P-Wings. Green star coins are also really nice. And to get to this question block, it's a little quicker. You also get access to a few interesting team members. Like if you really want bloopers, this is probably the best place to go for it. But yeah, other than that, I kind of don't really have anything else to say. I just really like the fact that World 2 is a cave, and they use Slimy Spring Galaxy music. Because that's something that's, like, feels so random to me, at least. Like, I mean, admittedly, it's because they didn't have... There was no, like, underground world in any of the new Super Mario Bros. Game. I said this before, but, you know. So, there was no, like, music that they can easily, like, remix, so they went with Slimy Spring Galaxy music. Which works very well. I think it works really, really well. I think it's also kind of, and also like this is my favorite version of like of that music track, because the original is like so quiet you really can't hear it, especially if you hear it just from the game. I would consider doing grinding before World 3, because World 3, I mean, it was mostly because when I first played this game, I had a humongous struggle with World 3, but, like, if we go look at our ally box for a moment here, consider the fact that we have you, and you, as well as you, and while I haven't used you, but we also have you, like, we have so many good team members. I'd say, like, the only thing we're kind of missing is, like Flame Chomp, and then, like, a couple of other, like, nice, good team members we'd want more of, but we got, like, we have a bunch of answers. We just gotta make sure that we can make it all work. So maybe I'll grind, and I would argue to say that if you're not good at matching the orbs, like I am, then I would consider definitely grinding on 2-airship, or, you know, 2-3, so you can actually get some good items that you can start building up, so that way, and also you want to get some experience as well. That also just helps out a lot as well. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you another time. You let an 8-ball fall. Goodbye!